Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Motivation on, it's the 22nd of March. It's like a year since we've been in lockdown of various kinds. And the sun is out. Well, it is here in London anyway, which makes a massive difference to my mood. I'm not sure about you. So let me just tell you while people are coming what's on at Club Soda this week. So you've seen our Monday blog today is actually talking about 4 people who changed their drinking at the start of lockdown 1. And so the first lockdown for everybody really globally, and why they've, how they've done and how they've kept their motivation. Then don't forget the Ask Dru on Wednesday is answering questions about binge drinking. How harmful is it? Then on Thursday, we've got our next Meet the Scholar session. So as you know, we know lots of academics in this space, and we now bring them together for a regular conversation. And this time, Claire Davey meets Ed Armston-Sheret, who's going to talk about brandy. Is it medicine or poison? You remember that discussion people have about the fact that, well, you know, there's some medicinal benefits to alcohol. This is where they get to discuss that, and you can also ask questions. So do come along. You can find details on joinclubsoda.com/events for that. And then finally, the podcast this week is an interview with a musician from the States called Kyle Ambition, who talks about alcohol, creativity, and why he's moderating now after 3 years. So do look out for all of our stuff this week. It's a really exciting week. And today I thought I would touch on that subject of being happy, because I'm not sure if any of you know, but you see the one of the other co-founders of Club Soda, who you see probably a little bit less often, is my partner, and he's Finnish, right? I hope he's not listening. And sometimes I'm like, why are you just, just pootling along and seem to be happy with where you are? And this week he sent me a meme that basically said, yeah, everyone else in the world seems to want to be, yeah, I need to be happy all the time. I need to be happy all the time. And the Finnish mentality is more about, being happy with what you've got, seeing what the possibilities are in where you are. And so either he was telling me something really fundamental about our relationship, which is, of course, possible, like he's just happy with where he is with me. I don't know, who knows? But he was actually also saying something that I have to constantly remind myself of since giving up drinking. And I thought I would share that with you, right? So when I first gave up drinking, it was like, and in fact, when I met Dru, I knew it was a year into being alcohol free. I felt incredibly happy all of the time. My energy was beginning to lift. I began to make the most of days. I felt this great sense of coming into a new me. And a lot of people describe something very similar, which is sort of that pink fluffy cloud effect. And sometimes that can also wear off, which we'll talk about. But that pink fluffy cloud, when you're changing something, you do it with diet and exercise and other things, when the thing that you're doing begins to make you feel really good and really good in your head. Now, that doesn't always happen for everybody immediately, because actually behavior change is difficult and it's hard, and your internal monologue goes bonkers and you feel like you're depriving yourself, and you may have some withdrawal symptoms, and actually being a little bit low is one of those withdrawal symptoms from alcohol. And so it'd be really easy to look at one set of people who are, yay, the world's happy, I'm losing weight, I'm running, oh my God, I never felt I could be this amazing and feel this brilliant. And you see those people, and then you're like, well, I feel like a bit of poo, quite frankly, and I don't understand what all this happiness is about. Maybe it's not working for me. Maybe this is all wrong. Maybe I should start drinking again, because I was clearly happier then. So I often see that conversation going on, and that really frightens me, because of course we're comparing our insides with other people's outsides, and people often only talk about the good things that are happening as well. And actually, we all go through change in a different way. We all have a different pace, and we all had a different relationship with alcohol. That means how we're responding to change is also very different. So first of all, I want to reassure you, right, that that pink fluffy cloud isn't there for everybody. And it does happen, but it doesn't mean that changing your drinking isn't working. The other thing it's important to know is people who have never drunk have shit days, right? They have days when they're feeling low, when they're feeling depressed, when they're feeling a bit blah, when nothing much is happening. It's not all, sobriety as a life isn't all skipping through beds of roses, because people do have generally crap days. We also, most of our days are just okay. And I think there is a problem that Yusi's cartoon highlighted, which is that we're always worrying, particularly in the time of social media, that we need to be happy at every moment of every day, that we need to be doing things that fill us with joy, and that we need to be sending great pictures to show everybody how wonderful our position and place and our being in the world is. When actually, as humans, we're mostly just always okay. We're just mostly dealing with what it is that's in front of us, with the situations that we're in, and we're just doing okay. And it's okay just to feel okay. And so yesterday I was feeling, well, neither happy nor sad. It was just okay. It was probably because I was a little bit tired, probably because I knew I had work again today, all of those things. But it was just an okay day. And that's okay. Sometimes we have to accept that that's normal. And the constant pursuit of wanting more and more stimuli can sometimes be damaging in its own right. And in some respects, you're learning to not rely on a continual stimuli to modify your mood. And I think this was the biggest thing for me, actually, which is that happy or sad, or indifferent, or just okay, I used alcohol all the time to modify my mood. And now that's not there. I don't have that modifier in my life, which is great because it affected my mood so much detrimentally in so many other ways. But I've learned to accept that I don't need to modify my mood. I don't need to modify my mood if I'm just okay, because I'm just okay. I don't need to make it something else, because making it something else comes with all sorts of other energy usage that I might not want. I might just want to curl up and go to bed early instead. But I don't need to modify my mood to make sure I'm in some kind of state of ecstatic happy that society suggests is the norm, when really it isn't. And that if I do need to modify my mood, if I'm having a low day, that I need to do things that I have now learned to do improve my mood. They are talking to someone. So actually my day's been far better today because, first of all, I got out early in this beautiful weather and enjoyed listening to the birds. And I don't have to be out for long, but it makes such a difference. And I know it does. And on the days when I'm like, oh, I don't want to go outside, I go, come on, Laura, you know how much it modifies your mood to do that. You wouldn't have even hesitated to have picked up a drink in the past. So why won't you just move your fat legs and go outside for a walk, even just for 10 minutes? So I know that modifies my mood. I also know talking to people modifies my mood. And so, I've got a full address book. Why don't I just contact someone and say, let's have a chat? So yes, okay days are normal. Okay days aren't a sign that changing your drinking is failing. Okay days are fine to be okay. But if you do need to and want to lift your mood and lift your spirits, then alcohol is never going to be the thing that you really think it is. And instead begin to learn to find new things that will help modify your mood, and just accept that, some days are not going to be brilliant. Some days aren't going to be amazing. Some days you just need to be a little bit Finnish about this whole thing and accept the day that's in front of you and make the most of it that you can. I think it's a really good reminder that sometimes we're continually, pursuing more and more things in the hope that make us happy, whereas just sitting still and accepting what we have is probably absolutely fine. No, it is absolutely fine. It's not even probably absolutely fine. So I'm going to leave it there. A little quick motivation for this Monday. Do get outside today if the weather is great near you, or even if it's not great. There's nothing like, I really enjoy rain in my face on a rainy day, but get outside. The signs of spring are coming. You'll hear some birds and it will be really lovely. Do something nice for yourself today that will lift your mood, and know that we're beginning to see the end in sight to the pandemic. And whilst the world will be a bit discombobulated for a while, we all still have each other. So connect with other people, have a lovely conversation with someone, and re-energize your day. Okay, guys, thank you very much. See you soon.